Hello, we're the History Hikers. I'm Dries.
And my name is Jente.
And we are standing in front of the old castle,
Fortress
of Jonckholt, located in Hulbeek, near Bilzen in Limburg in Belgium. What do you have to say about this fortress?
About this fortress, well, there never really was a castle as we think of it. In the 14th century they built this square wall with the four corner towers, but the inside always remained wooden buildings.
Alright, it seems to have been restored up to a certain point, yeah, let's check it out.
The castle of Jonckholt is located in the municipality of Hulbeek in the Belgian province Limburg. Its name is derived from Jonckhout, meaning young wood or young forest.
The castle itself has known three main phases of development. It started off around the year 1200 as a curtis. A curtis is a fairly general term for a place that you weren't allowed to call a city. During this phase, a small island was created in the swamplands, surrounded by a moat. The island would have had a reinforced gate and at least two other wooden buildings. It was not much more than a reinforced farmhouse.
Around this time, Jonckholt started off as an allodium. An allodium is a property that was not a fief and for which no tax needed to be paid upon inheritance. In the 11th or 12th century it was annexed into the county of Loon. After its annexation it was issued in fief. The fief consisted of Jonckholt, but also the towns of Hulbeek and Groenendaal. The first mention of a lord of Jonckholt was in 1288.
The castle entered a second phase of construction in the middle of the 14th century. The island was raised and a stone enclosure was built. The walls were lined with marlstone. A moated castle, or waterburcht in Dutch, was created with a square plan and corner towers with arrow loops. The buildings inside were still made out of wood and would never be rebuilt in stone. It is a little unclear whether the walls have always been this height or whether they were higher back then. Our sources aren't conclusive.
In the second half of the 16th century, the castle gained an important military use. It was strategically located on the road to Maastricht. The revolt of William of Orange against the Spanish during the 80 Years' War led to the third and last building phase in Jonckholt. The castle was rebuilt into a military fort that would be able to resist the destructive force of gunpowder. An earthen rampart was built around the castle and its moat, which is better able to resist cannonballs and stone walls. The corners were built into round bastions and a second outer moat was built.
Not much later, around the year 1600, the castle lost its military importance. The swampy area made it unfavorable to further economic development, and the site was abandoned. Castle Jonckholt deteriorated and became a ruin. The structures were broken down to ground level, only the earthen rampart and moat would still remain visible in the landscape.
In the 1980s, archaeological research was conducted and discovered the marlstone foundations of the walls in the corner towers. Its remains have been consolidated and give us the site we have today.
That was the ruin of the Fort Jonckholt, Castle Jonckholt, or Brugtruine Jonckholt. One of those things.
All of those things.
Yeah. Is this our first Belgian castle?
Yes, I think it is.
God, it's the arbitrary, subjective Belgian castle score. And it's not a 3, not a 4. I'm gonna say 5. There's signs. I like how they showed those buildings, outlines in the middle. I like how they outlined the walls. Yeah, kind of cool.
Yeah, I do agree. I would also give it a 5. It is of course structurally very important that they added those 1980s bricks on top of it. It is aesthetically a little less pleasing, but I'm just glad that the fortress remains to be seen as we can see it now.
Didn't even know it existed until we did the research.
I did.
I didn't know.
I didn't know it existed.
She did. That's why we have Jente, of course. Thank you so much for watching. Jente, give us the YouTube stuff.
If you have enjoyed watching this video, thank you very much. And maybe like, comment, subscribe and all that good YouTube stuff.
Thanks a lot. See you next time.
Bye.